Hey, it's Mizzion Smith and
Houston Genius.
yo, this is the Family Faction Wrestling Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. We doing what we do, but we gonna talk about where we were last night. We were at IWR Seasons Meetings. It was amazing. Thank you, Rhino. Thank you, IWR. Thank you, Nick Nemeth. Thank you, Ryan Nemeth. Thank you, Tommy Dreamer. Thank you, Rhino again. And thank you, everybody who is responsible for IWR. We want to say thank you for having the Family Faction Wrestling Podcast there. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Because at TNA, Bound for Glory, Rhino became a Hall of Famer for TNA, and we were there too. So we wanted to mention that. But let's jump into IWR. We saw Rhino take out Ryan Nemeth, but we love you, Ryan Nemeth, anyway. But Rhino gave you a gore. Didn't he give him a gore?
Yes. Gore.
Man, it was a great night. Let's talk about it. So, what was one of your favorite matches, Houston Genius?
One of my, there's like about two.
Okay, what was your favorite two matches?
Well, it's kind of three. So my first favorite match of all at IWR, it is when it was like a bunch of teams, the Monsters.
Oh, so you went.
And
Who was in it?
Soul Taker.
Soul Taker and PCO, right?
Yes, and the rules was
no rules.
and
Hey!
everybody started laughing.
Yeah, so no rules. We saw Suplex, Shogun, Jackson Stone. We saw Jack Price in that match. And those guys, we love you guys. We definitely love you guys, especially Shogun, because that's new age, baby. But hey, yeah, you got to do it this way, not this way. But you got to do it this way, but much love to this too. So listen, it was a great night. What was the second best favorite match?
When the Wild Child from TNA,
Okay, I like it. And what was the third? Since you said it's kind of like three.
The third one was...
Was it our buddy, Nick Nemeth?
It was Nick Nemeth.
And Tommy Dreamer, baby.
Nick Nemeth and Tommy Dreamer and Rhino versus Ryan.
Oh yeah, man, hey man, you had to be there to be there. It was a great event. We got to talk to Ryan, we got to talk to Nick. Shout out to Nick, yo. What's up, Big Unk? Or Big Bro, Big Unk, you know what I'm saying? So listen, we do appreciate you guys for always supporting Houston Genius and the Family Faction Wrestling Podcast. IWR, man, last night was great, man. Seeing all those guys put on such a great event. And it's the biggest event for IWR, and it happened at the end of the year. And it was great. It was amazing. You know what I like, though?
What?
Huh? You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I like. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go. I like the fact that the crowd was out there talking about some boo, because they was trying to do this Canadian thing with Ryan Nemeth, and hey, look, you got what you got a goer, man. But yeah, that was one of my favorites. And then also, like you said, Jody Threat, baby. Jody Threat. Hey.
He gets a threat to you when you sleep.
Yeah, so man, that was great. Let me tell you something. We last night were honored to be able to give Rhino a gift. It was the legacy title. It's the second one that has ever been given. The first one was given to our Uncle Charles, the Godfather, Hall of Famer, WWE.
Godfather.
Second one was given to Rhino last night, TNA, Hall of Famer. So, these legacy legend titles that we're giving is our thank you for everything they've ever done for our industry, which is professional wrestling. So thank you so much. You know what, man? IWR, It was match after match after match after match. It never stopped last night,
It
man.
never stopped, especially when every time we give out a title to somebody, it's like when we see Rhino, Wildchild, Ryan, Nick Nemeth.
So he naming future people that may actually get a legacy title from us. I see what he doing. He future booking. Listen, he wanted to talk about this. Let's talk about it. So in a month's time or so, we will be in Indiana at WrestleCon and Royal Rumble. You got to check out for the ring review. You got to check out for the Family Faction Wrestling Podcast and everything we got going on because we will be at WrestleCon.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an exciting time. We're going to tell you more details as it gets closer. So we're not going to let every cat out the bag yet. But
Not out the bag, just like.
yeah, no, we definitely wanted to do what we needed to do to get things going and rolling and popping, and letting you know what the Family Faction Wrestling Podcast is up to. Houston, this 2024 is about to come to an end. So the other thing you wanted to talk about is who were some of our favorite wrestlers of the year. So let's do it. Let's go. Top 5 wrestlers of the year. Could be independent or it could be a WWE, TNA, or AEW. But pick 5 wrestlers that you liked in 2025.
Okay. Shogun, King Kong Coleman, Jey Uso, Wildchild, and Nick Nemeth.
All right, so there's your 5. Here's my 5. So in 2025, I'm going to be more of a cook-up for a lot of the more independent wrestlers. I'm going to name 3 independent, 2 of the other shows. So I'm going to say Jonte Keith, Lance Starr, and King Kong Coleman. And then I'm going to go Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. So those are my top 5 of the year 2024. We talked about our favorite wrestlers. We told you guys about IWR. We gave you a little sneak peek that we will be in Royal Rumble in January, February, because it's the end beginning. But we want to say happy holidays to you. We want to say thank you so much for supporting the Family Faction Wrestling Podcast. And we're going to see you in 2025, unless we end up having an episode and one more episode before the year is over with. We only got a couple more days before the year is over with. But I am Mizzion Smith. You can follow me at Mizzion Smith everywhere. The guy playing around with his hat is
Houston Genius, and you guys was also a heck of a surprise for us at IWR, TNA, Bound for Glory.
Yes.
TNA Impact.
And we were at
WWE.
SummerSlam this year too. Remember that? We went to Cleveland, Ohio for SummerSlam, but we will be at Royal Rumble. We'll be at SummerSlam. We'll be at WrestleMania in Vegas. We're going to be there. Check out the Family Faction Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mizzion Smith. This is Houston Genius. You can follow him on YouTube TV, on Instagram,
or Houston Genius.
Oh, yeah, search up Houston Genius or Family Faction Wrestling Podcast and the Ring Review. Hey, we'll see you next time.
Follow us on Spotify.